Humpback whale versus the red squirrel. The humpback whale is a huge whale that lives in the ocean. It can grow about 45 feet long, longer than a school bus. Its body is mostly black with a white belly. Humpback whales also have very long flippers that help them swim and steer. The red squirrel is much smaller. It lives in forests and parks in Europe. Red squirrels are about 8 to 10 inches tall and have fluffy tails that help them balance while climbing trees. In winter, they hide nuts and seeds in the ground so they have food later. Our humpback whale is swimming in the warm ocean near the Hawaiian Islands. Meanwhile, a red squirrel is in a forest searching for buried nuts. Suddenly, magic moves the squirrel onto a floating pile of ocean trash made of driftwood and plastic. The squirrel hangs on tightly. Whoosh! The humpback whale rises to the surface and blows water from the blowhole. It then lifts its head out of the water to look around. The whale's movement pushes the floating debris away. The squirrel drifts further and further away from the whale. The winner, the humpback whale, waves away the red squirrel. Asian elephant versus the beach marten. The Asian elephant is the second largest land animal on Earth. It can grow 10 feet tall and weigh more than 5,000 kilograms. Elephants eat plants like grass, leaves, and shrubs. The beach marten is a small, quick animal related to weasels. It's only about 2 feet long and weighs about 2 kilograms, but it's very clever and a good hunter. In a national park in Sri Lanka, an elephant is calmly eating plants. Suddenly, magic brings the beach marten into the grass nearby. The marten quickly looks around for food. It spots a small rat and sneaks through the grass to chase it. The elephant barely even notices the animal. The marten runs off, chasing the rat far away. The winner, the Asian elephant, outlasts the beach marten. The Indian rhinoceros versus the cheetal deer. The Indian rhino is a huge animal with thick skin that looks like armor plates. It also has one large horn on its nose. Rhinos spend much of their day resting and then eat grass in the evening. The chital, also known as a spotted deer, has a golden brown coat with white spots. These deer live in groups and are always watching for predators like tigers. In a national park in Nepal, a rhino slowly walks out of the water at sunset. Nearby, a chital deer comes out of the forest to drink water. The deer notices the large rhino moving towards the grass. Not wanting to get too close, the deer stays far away and continues eating somewhere safer. The winner, the Indian rhinoceros, intimidates the chital. Giraffe versus the giant anteater. The giraffe is the tallest animal on Earth. It can grow 19 feet tall. Giraffes use their long necks and tongues to reach leaves high up in the trees. The giant anteater lives in South America and eats thousands of ants and termites every day. It has a long snout and sticky tongue for catching insects. One morning in Africa, a giraffe is eating leaves from a tall tree. At the same time, a giant anteater is eating ants in South America. Suddenly, magic moves the anteater to the same tree as the giraffe. The anteater finds an ant nest and starts eating. It doesn't notice the giraffe nearby. The giraffe moves around the tree to reach more leaves and accidentally bumps the anteater with its long legs. Confused, the anteater decides to leave and find another place with ants. Winner, the giraffe outlasts the giant anteater. Antelope versus the Bornean orangutan. The rowan antelope is a large antelope that lives in African grasslands. It has long curved horns and can run very fast to escape predators. The Bornean orangutan lives in the rainforests of Indonesia. It has long arms and reddish fur and spends most of its life in trees. In Africa, a rowan antelope is quietly eating leaves under a tree. Meanwhile, an orangutan in Indonesia is calling loudly to other orangutans. Suddenly, magic moves the orangutan to a tree above the antelope. The orangutan lets out a loud call again. Whoop! The antelope gets scared by the strange noise and runs away quickly. Winner, the orangutan scares the rowan antelope away. Arabian oryx versus the Eurasian lynx. The Arabian oryx is a desert antelope with long, straight horns. It can live in very hot and dry places. The Eurasian lynx is a wildcat that lives in forests and hunts animals like deer. One evening in the desert, an Arabian oryx is resting in the sand. Meanwhile, a lynx in Europe is sneaking up on a deer. Suddenly, magic moves the lynx into the desert right next to the oryx. The lynx tries to attack, but the oryx swings its sharp horns to defend itself. The lynx quickly realizes the oryx is too big and strong to fight. The winner, the Arabian oryx, defeats the lynx. Spectacled bear versus the eastern gorilla. The spectacled bear lives in the mountains of South America. It has light markings around its eyes that look like glasses. The eastern gorilla lives in the forests of Africa. Adult male gorillas, called silverbacks, are very strong and protect their families. One evening in the Andes Mountains, a spectacled bear climbs down from a tree after eating plants. Suddenly, magic moves a gorilla into the same area. The gorilla and the bear see each other and both stand up on their back legs. They stare at each other carefully. Both animals are strong and powerful, but neither wants to fight. They both start to back away slowly, but the gorilla bumps into a tree and accidentally stays in the area while the bear walks away. The winner, the eastern gorilla, outlasts the spectacled bear. Hippopotamus versus the brown throated sloth. The hippopotamus is a giant animal that lives in rivers in Africa. It can weigh more than 7,000 pounds and has huge teeth. The brown throated sloth lives in South American rainforests. Sloths move very slowly and spend most of their time hanging in trees. Near a river in Africa, a hippo is resting in the water. As evening comes, it walks out to the river to eat grass. At the same time, a sloth climbs down from a tree to the ground. Suddenly, magic moves the sloth to the riverbank near the hippo. The hippo steps out of the water with a huge splash. The splash pushes the sloth into the river. Luckily, sloths are good swimmers. The current carries the sloth away down the river. The winner, the hippopotamus, pushes the sloth away.